Merry meet Annie here. Community Vlogmas, December 1st, 2019. The land you live on. Describe the land you live on at this time of the year. Well, it's getting cold here. We hang on to the 50s usually through November, and then we start sneaking into the 40s, mid-40s even, early in December. It's not our coldest month by far. January is that, and so is February. But this time of the year, cool, brisk breezes, and actually lots of breezes. Where I live, which is on the coast, the eastern coast of the United States, the mid-Atlantic coast to be specific, we get a lot of nor'easters that come through this time of year. It's our windy time of the year. Always fascinating for me in the time of Earth to also be so in tune to air on the land I live on. The animals on the land I live on, well, it's like they've done a relay race with a passing of the baton. Certain forms of seagull, which are here in the summertime, are gone now, but certain ones have arrived that are only here in the wintertime. The Canada geese are leaving, although a lot do remain in our area. They don't all migrate, but in the next couple of weeks, the snow geese will be arriving. And in fact, one of my friends told me they saw a field of snow geese, which is a little bit unusual. It's usually closer towards the solstice, but looks like they're coming a little bit early this year. The bufflehead ducks have taken over where the mallards used to be in the marina where I live. The gray herons are back and very protectful of their parts of the marshes downhill from me. Oh, they're here all summer, but they settle in at the marshes in the quiet of the autumn after the boaters and summertime people are gone, and they kind of take back that property. The white herons come back in mass in this time of year. The blue herons tend to stake out a large piece of salt marsh territory, and they're very singular, so there'll be one and then no others for a while. But the herons, well, they more social, and so they hang out in flocks and they gather together. We see bald eagles a lot this time of the year. I think it's not so much that there's more of them, but when the leaves are off the trees, you can see them perching a lot more than you can see in the summertime. Everything's brown and gray as you look down towards the water here, because all the seagrasses, the marsh grasses that line the bay, they turn a beautiful shade of rusty brown. Around here, the first thing that starts to get green in the spring is those marsh grasses, and the first thing that changes color in the fall as it turns from brown into a rust is those marsh grasses. We have a lot of humidity here, spring, summer, and even through a good part of the fall. So this time of the year here, it's crispy and deep breaths and crisp, bright nighttime skies. It's an inside time of the year here on the land I live on. This room that is my office space has 3 walls of windows, and we live in the woods. So I'm inside and I'm outside at the same time. But I'm still driven to get out and to walk every day. I need that touch with, no matter how cold it gets, generally here in the wintertime it will not get too far below freezing. It does go below freezing, but won't stay below freezing for too many days. The water only freezes over here a couple of times a winter because of the salt content of the bay. So we never get that kind of extended below freezing weather, but we get a lot of days at or about freezing. I'd say the biggest thing about the land that I live on at this time of the year is the clarity of color. Since we live below sea level, and it's marshy and humid most of the year, everything gets dulled. The colors get dulled, the edges of things get dulled, and then there's that crisp, defined presence of every single thing. It's my favorite thing of late fall and through winter this time of the year. We'll get snow. We've had snowflakes now, but we haven't had actual accumulated snow because we're just a few hundred feet from the bay and the Atlantic Ocean. Snow tends to fall and then melt quickly because of the salt in the air. So we'll only get a little bit of snow that actually stays. Last year, I think I only shoveled snow maybe twice. So if I were going to give one word to this time of the year on my land, I would say there's something about it that's clear. Clear. Defined. Sharp, but in the best way. There's some thoughts on the land I live on for Community Vlogmas 2019. I wish you all mirth and reverence. Merry part.